Hello, loves. I am your Empress Divine Miss Tasha Turner herself. Welcome to Queendom Come. Thank you for my Piscean subscribers who have stuck in there with me. I have taken a lot of time to myself. I have been selfish, I admit, but I'm back. I've come back to you, and I hope you will receive me with love because I return with love. That's really why I was away for so long because I had to learn to abide in love, to give love, regardless of whether I'm getting my way or not. I had to learn to find love in situations that didn't feel loving, meaning that I had to remember and return to my natural state of love, where it doesn't depend on anyone else outwardly. So I can actually give you a better reading now. So some things about the tarot checkup have changed. I don't pull as many cards, but I actually give a more in-depth reading, I feel, a more heartfelt reading. And I think I'm doing a better service to viewers in this way. To kick it off, I pull two Goddess Guidance cards. They're the bookends of your month. One is describing how the month jumps off for you. The other is the latter half of your month. And this is for Pisces, November 2018. The two Goddess Guidance cards that you got were Fertility and Medicine Woman. So the obvious could be someone, a Pisces, really is pregnant. And I feel like if that is you, the child that you're carrying at this time is, all children are special. All children are special, but I feel like this child may have intense psychic abilities, or their clairsenses will be highly developed upon arrival into this realm. And that's just, what I was just led to say from spirit. To actually read from the cards, your fertility card said it's a perfect time for you to start new projects, access new ideas, and give birth to new conditions. Being that this is the 11/11 month, you definitely have the energetic support. You have divinity support. You have spiritual support in anything that you are wanting to birth. And you may just be pregnant with an idea or with a new project. And this is time for you to, push it out, make it tangible, bring it to life. At the start of your month, I feel like that'll be your focus above all else. Whatever newness that you want to create in your life, I really feel like you are putting your intense focus on that and harnessing this energy available to you to make it happen. And then we have the medicine woman, rounding out the bottom half of your month of November. And this is beautiful. Like, I just want to move this a little closer so you can see it. See how beautiful that is? Like, all of the lightning, it's electric. There's an electric energy around you by the end of the month. Like, everything you touch will either crumble if it is not divinely created or divinely inspired, or it will be recharged and renewed by your energy. The medicine woman card says you are a channel for divine healing power. Pisces, y'all are healers naturally. It's something you don't have to work on. It just comes. Whatever it is that you're birthing, whatever new way of approaching your art or approaching your work or approaching your relationships, whatever new way of doing things that you are giving birth to in November, it is magical. There's no way someone will be able to look at you and not know just how special you are, Pisces. Not just anybody, not just any old body here. Very special energy. As I was shuffling the cards and laying them out here to start your reading, I tried not to look much, into trying to put a story together, but just feel the energy of the cards as I laid them out. And Pisces, it felt so good. Like, I imagine that's how standing in the presence of God would feel. That's the energy I got from laying your cards out. It's a peace, but still an excitement. Like, it's such a vibrant energy, but chill at the same time. It's like effortless manifestation. And I feel like that's an energy that you have surrounding you, wrapping you up in love in November 2018. So, to get into the general story of the cards I see here, I mean, I want to bring attention to, bam, this emotional fulfillment, this 10 of Cups. I like seeing a 10 of Cups in any reading, anywhere. It's one of the most positive cards inside of any tarot deck. The 10 of Cups, that is emotional fulfillment. Excuse me, guys, my babies, they are enjoying themselves entirely too much right now. Jonah, remember that conversation we had about keeping it down? You need to do that, okay? I don't want to be babysitting. No, you're not the babysitter. You're not. No, you don't. You're not babysitting her here. Y'all are playing. Nova does just fine when you're not here. You're good. Enjoy yourself, but you need to keep it down because it's your voice I'm hearing. It's not hers. I'm sorry, y'all. Okay, so yeah, emotional fulfillment. That's a big thing. Because Pisces is, you're a water sign. You're very emotional. Not as emotional to the point of, outward exhibition of your emotions, but you feel things on a deep level. So to feel things on a deep level and have fulfillment, that's that feeling that I was talking about of just almost like you stepped into the presence of God. To be deeply emotional, but to be deeply fulfilled, uh, it electrifies your whole body, like all of that lightning coming down. Your senses, I feel like, are awakened. You feel more, but not in a way that burdens you, in the way that exhilarates you. And that's the very first card that was placed out here for you. So that's like the precursor of the whole month. As far as like your major arcana, you have the Empress and the Sun. The Empress is pretty much like a tarot version of that fertility card. They have like the same purple almost. Her purple skirt and this purple in this card. That's a fertile person. She can bring in the circumstances that she needs, create the conditions that she desires, receive inspiration clearly, enthusiastically, manifest effortlessly. That's the Empress energy. I enjoy Empress energy, hence the channel name. And right now, I kind of just feel I've never exactly explained it, why I gravitated toward that name, but I have values that include beauty, femininity, and financial abundance. And beauty isn't just physical, because in order to really look good, I feel like you need to feel good on the inside. And I value feeling good, and I want to give that. When I say femininity, I don't just mean like physical women. I mean the quality of nurturing, of giving birth, of being receptive. Women don't necessarily have to be the aggressors. We are receivers. And that attractive quality of a woman just increases her receptivity. And financial abundance, of course, that speaks for itself. And I feel like those values embody what the Empress is. And that's the energy under which I do readings, which I do pretty much anything, really. Divine Channel is just that, channeling from the divine. But that's where I get Empress Divine Channel from. Just a little exposure of a secret. You would be the people that get, the hidden info. Pisces, I feel like that's a common occurrence for you. Maybe people just come out of nowhere and tell you stuff, and you're like, okay, why did you tell me that? That may be happening to you a lot in November also. People just feel your divinity. You are that medicine woman. They feel that you're a healer. When you're a healer, you have people that come out of nowhere, and maybe they want to lay their burdens down at your feet because they know that you can transmute that energy. If you are in a situation where you have people who come to you, and whereas previously you may have felt that they were maybe weighing you down with their demons or with their burdens, with their stresses, with life skills that are weighing down on them, if you felt they were trying to transfer that energy onto you, what I'm feeling here in November is that you see that it's not in a malicious way, even if it seems like it. Nothing is really ever personal. I feel like they're doing the best that they can to feel good. That's our natural inclination as human beings, to do the next best thing that feels good to us. And releasing that weight that they've been carrying on someone who looks like a spiritual powerhouse, who feels like a spiritual powerhouse, that's the next best thing that feels good for some people. And I think in November, you're learning to stand in your God or goddess power. And instead of resent that you may attract a lot of energy vampires, you begin to stand in the fact that they see who you are. If they never admit it, if you never get an apology from whoever it is, they see you, they feel you, they know you are divine. The other major arcana here is the sun, and that's the light that promotes growth. You are the light that promotes growth in a lot of people in your circle. The sun, is barreling through space at unimaginable speeds. Just like you transform, you elevate in a way that others can't seem to really keep up with sometimes. And you have, just like the planets, they orbit around the sun, you have people that just kind of do their dance along the way around you. Sometimes they come in closer, sometimes they go far away. From your perspective, sometimes it looks like they backtrack and fall back into bad habits, and then they come back from those bad habits just like a planet in retrograde. It's all this divine dance that's going on, and you're at the center of it, being the creator that you are, Pisces. It's just beautiful, man. Just beautiful energy. So let me go ahead and just get into each individual card placement. I'm gonna pull up on my phone this actual screen. Hey XI, I have information about readings that I do, private readings, in my description box. Feel free to check it out. Let's get into card number one. In November, other people are seeing you as emotional fulfillment, as someone who is fulfilled and self-contained, spiritually protected, also as somebody who can Show them how to achieve that same fulfillment. You just look happy. Even when you don't necessarily feel happy, like there's a sense of peace and serenity that surrounds you in November. Very attractive. That's how people are seeing you. They may also see, because 10 is like the end of a cycle, beginning of another, they see that, well, the people who are closer to you, I should say, they can see that you've come out of a cycle of maybe when times weren't so good for you and you conquered it all. Like you, despite anything that has happened that you've gone through on a public stage, people see that you conquered it. You overcame it. You are still overcoming it. And they see you going forward in life in a pretty good place because of the things that you've learned throughout your emotional experiences. In terms of your self-worth, you have a strong sense of who you are, a strong sense of what it is that you want in life, in a very regal way of communicating it. And as your self-worth correlates with your, physical manifestations, your personal possessions, money, house, car, those luxuries, the beautiful things in life, because you are such a stately person in terms of your self-esteem and your self-worth, you also rise to the top in terms of making money. And whatever endeavors that you start, there's a fertility surrounding you in November. Anything that you may find challenging, you'll be able to step to it with a certain amount of grace and ease, a certain type of strategy that I feel is very much so based on the fact that you operate in a higher realm, if that makes sense. You operate on a level that a lot of people don't really achieve easily. And it is as a result of the things that you've experienced. If you've been through evictions and foreclosure, you learned how to operate and turn things in your favor before it gets to that point. You know the signs, the warning signs, so you can stop things like that from happening when you see it coming. If you have, wrecked cars or done things that messed up your cars, and this is just, simple examples that relate to your personal possession, then you know how to get things taken care of in advance. You're a very good planner. So as far as securing, the physical luxuries, you're good about planning how you're going to do it, writing out exactly how you're going to do it, sticking with your affirmations on, manifesting something that you desire. One could even say that you are like, among the people that you may be the only one who is as deep into like law of attraction and alchemy, understanding universal law. You may be the only person who is as deep into it as a master, manifester would be, should be. I don't like saying should because I don't want to determine how somebody else lives, but I'll just say you're deep in it. Like you really have a solid grasp of it, or you get to that point where things start to click, or you start to understand things and really internalize them in November. You see evidence of all of the knowledge you've gained and gathered over the experiences that you've gone through in terms of manifesting money, securing a beautiful living space, acquiring those luxuries that you want in life. You're just in a really good space there with that. And it has a lot to do with the fact that you have mastered those things that cause a lot of people to devalue themselves, it's like you've overcome that. You've conquered that. And once you conquer self-worth and, those things that keep you feeling unworthy inwardly, then everything outwardly changes too. In November, you're finding a balance in your creation. Like prior to this month, you may have gone through periods where, you were very profitable, and then periods where not a lot of things happen the way you want them to happen. Like maybe manifestation wasn't so good. I think you're finding a balance there, a sustainable balance where you can go, from November and beyond for the rest of your life, really knowing how to harness prosperity because you have balanced the mindset. You've mastered the mindset, you know? You understand the law of rhythm. There's ups, there's downs, the swinging of the pendulum. You basically know how to make things in the earthly realm do what you want them to do. Juggling is a trick. That's a skill. Some people can't even juggle two things, let alone more than that. And this is like the infinite ability to juggle things in the physical realm, to remain stable regardless of what situation may be, right in front of you in the physical. You have a very balanced mindset, a very balanced way of speaking. You're very careful about the things that you put out into the universe also in November, because you realize that this is very powerful energy. And you're only doing things that are for your good, only feeding yourself with things that are for your good, only taking in things that are for your good so that you can have an output that satisfies you. In your home and family life, you go hard for it. That may be a major focus for you here in November. You may have to move to somewhere else, and your move will be an upgrade. The king being the highest court card, you know, you moving on up in terms of your home life, and not even just physical. It's like maybe you are really getting into like home improvement, because the king of staffs is a very good, like a very skilled person. He can do a lot. He's like the master of his physical energy. So wherever you put your energy into something, especially involving the home, like you can make it very beautiful. I see a beautiful home that a lot of people are going to want to come to. Like you'll have that house that people want to have all the kickbacks at. Because the King of Staffs is a very popular person. You may be moving into the house where you'll have your first Thanksgiving in your own house. There's going to be a beautiful surrounding, a beautiful setting. King of Staffs, very popular. Could be popular amongst the family. A lot of family that you may not speak to a lot, you may be reaching out to them or hearing from them, or they coming in to see you or speak to you, just wanting to see how you're doing because you're looking like hot stuff, and you fulfilled and you're feeling vibrationally high and you're in this attractive state of being. People want to come around, they want to see what you're up to. And the King of Staffs is very popular, very, very popular. People like to sit around him. He's very entertaining. I think Pisces are entertaining people, period, but it's like more so than usual. Because sometimes people don't get Pisces, because you have that mystical Neptunian influence around you. But I feel like in November, they're mesmerized by it. Like they want to come sit at your feet and just stare at you in awe. What is she doing? What's going on? How is she creating like that? How are you doing what you may actually have people ask you, how are you doing what you're doing? Like, how did you get this? How did you get that? Inquiring minds want to know. If it's somebody struggling, they want to know what you're doing to give birth to such luxury and, you know, opulence. What you doing? May also have an influence, fatherly energy. This is a good fatherly energy. I feel like maybe a man coming in that can take good care of you, or if you are a Pisces male, you are in a good position to take care of, somebody that you really care about. You're in a good position to become the breadwinner in the household. Things are moving up for you, so you have that pay the cost to be the boss type energy. You know, like you the head honcho in your household. I would say maybe the chief breadwinner or the more popular person, the more social person in the household. Also, some passionate lovemaking could be in the stars for you, Pisces. That could result in a pregnancy in November 2018. So let's just be on the lookout there. In the fifth card placement, which is where we are talking about, talking about like love and passion, creativity, children. Things are coming in for you because you embody that feeling of love. You're very highly attractive, like wildly attractive. So things come into you quickly. If there's something you've been wanting for a long time in terms of like love, I feel it coming into you. If you're not already with someone, I feel it coming into you. Oh Lord, I just realized what I've been saying. I just talked about, somebody passionate, possibly, having sex, passionate sex that leads to a pregnancy. And then I'm here in the love and children house talking about something coming into you. So catch that nastiness. It's not nasty, it's natural. But yeah, things are coming in for you. Whatever you are putting your passions into, whatever you're focusing on, those projects that you are, wanting to push forward, I see them prospering for you in November. Here with the Eight of Staffs card, this is like every day you get to it. Like there's no hesitation. This card placement speaks to your responsibilities on a daily basis and how you go about handling them. And in the Eight of Staffs energy, you get to it. You get right to it. You know what needs to be done. It's completely laid out for you. You've planned this for a while, so you have all your ducks in a row. And right now, it's just all about execution. I mean, you have the vibration to manifest things. It's all about execution. And I see that you're doing that without any anxiety. It's like, I don't have anything to be afraid of because I took the time to plan it. Everything has been correctly measured. Measure twice, cut once, that type of energy. Or you may have spent some time in the previous months, especially like the latter end of October. It may have been sort of a research period before you just dived into what you knew you would be doing with the November 11/11 energy. Now that you have that 11/11 energy, it's like you get into it. Get into it with the fire, with the passion, with the consistency. In the seventh card position about relationships, we have the Three of Cups. I feel like you have created something where maybe before there wasn't much, it wasn't much there, and you've created something of it. Like maybe when you first start talking to this person, the vibration was kind of low, I don't feel like it was your vibration. Maybe their vibration was kind of low, but just being around you was kind of encouraged them to do more with themselves emotionally, I would say, maybe even physically too. This is a happy energy here. You could be reuniting with someone that you had not necessarily feelings for in the past, but you viewed them in a fond way, you know, almost like a childlike innocence. Like, this is somebody I really like. I like you. Like, I fuck with you. And that may be the type of energy of the person that you are building a relationship with in November. They may come out of nowhere, kind of surprisingly, because you are carrying around this attractive energy, you know, walking around looking like money, feeling like love. You're going to quickly attract people. I think the person that you're attracting could be somebody that you already know. That's how I feel. I'm not really, well, I'm not judgmental when it comes to this, but in the most basic terms, like, you could have been considered a side chick before and end up being the one that this person actually chooses. Yeah. I mean, I'm not judging. I'm not judgmental at all because, you know, I'm not telling all my business, but I understand situations happen, things happen. You may be in a situation where before you may have been the, you know, out the third party, or someone was maybe choosing another person over you previously. And as you continue working on yourself and you continue being ambitious and making things happen and ascending spiritually and prospering physically, you become more and more and more and more attractive to this person. And it's like maybe they want to be done with the level that they were on. Because as I said before, I feel like that vibration wasn't as high as it is now in November. So the vibration between you and that person may have been like, you know, on the lower end where it was maybe a third party situation. And now they're like, I don't really want to have three parties anymore. I just want you, you know. All I want is you. That type of energy there. Somebody that you've known though. I feel like you know that person and they're coming back into you quickly. I need to stop saying it like that. Anyway, in the house or under the energy of major transformations is the Empress card. And it's like you playing in the big leagues now. There's that three again. This Empress is the three. That three of cups, that three of staffs. The person coming in quickly is like a reuniting with someone that you knew previously, that you had good feelings for, or somebody that you were involved in like a third party situation with, and now they're choosing you. But it's like a big change. Like, you are it for them. Beautiful. This is like Taurus or Libra energy. It could also be like a Aries, Sagittarius, Leo, fire energy. With this King of Staffs being, you know, an influence on your family life here. And also having fire energy in your love space. You have a fire sign or a fire Mars. I'm really feeling like it's a fire Mars. Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, Mars coming in like in a Taurus or Libra, Venus. I would say it's like you have a real hold on that person, almost obsessive. I don't feel like it's you that's obsessing about anyone, Pisces, because this is such a light-hearted, loving energy. I don't think you have that energy of being possessive or trying to hold someone as your possession. But I feel like somebody wants to possess you. They want to have you. They want to keep you, which might inspire that, pregnancy there. Only do it if that's where your heart is. I will say that. But the life-changing energy here, definitely there's pregnancy energy between this fertility and that coming in quickly and this passionate, person that might be coming in to your home, that y'all might be moving in together, or they're coming in to make you a mommy because you're looking so damn attractive to them and you're such a popular person and you just look like prosperity and you look like the future. You look like somebody's future. Yeah. This is also a card placement that involves other people's money or them investing in you. So if you have something where you're in sales or you're self-employed in any type of way, or in some situation where you could get other people's money, get them to buy things from you or give money to you for whatever reason, then you have good juju in November this month. In this card position, the ninth house energy here is like higher learning or new experiences. We have the four of coins, and I feel like it's a stability. You're holding on to yourself. Somebody told you that all you must hold on to is you. Word, Erica Badu. It's like that now, that really the only thing that you can control in this life is you. You have that higher understanding. So you hold on to yourself. And by any means necessary, you make sure that first and foremost, you are taken care of. Make sure that you are provided for before you expect anybody else to do it. You make sure that you got you. Ain't nobody got you like you got you, Pisces. And I think you know that. And that's what's causing you to move so quickly into this new realm where, you can have new experiences and have a new sense of freedom, especially financial freedom. You're able to, take those vacations off to places that you've always dreamed about. You're able to make that, a dream come true. You're able to actually hold the things that you've had in your mind. You can actually hold them and feel them now. You don't have to just look at stuff online. You can actually buy it, have it, touch it. It's yours now. That's a newness for you in November. In terms of career opportunities, I think you have plenty of options or plenty of different ways that you could bring in, the fulfillment that you desire. Several different ways that you could manifest whatever it is that you want. It's up to you to pick the one that will benefit you most, because you don't want to spread yourself too thinly. Yes, this is powerful energy, but when it's focused, that's when it's the most effective. And I think you'll do a pretty good job of being able to determine which cup is best for you to invest in at this time. I'm also getting 7 streams of income. Millionaires have that. 7 streams. Streams being, of course, water, energy, water and cups. So 7 streams of income here. Like you get to a point where you build something up to where it's prosperous and you're able to take that money and invest it in something else. And you build that up to where it's prosperous and you're able to take that money and put it into something else. If you are not already successfully doing that, then November gives you the opportunity to get started. It jump starts that 7 streams of income for you. That helps you build your legacy. You'll have plenty to give to this child that you may be bearing. They won't have to go through life experiencing, the challenges that the King of Swords may have experienced with money in the past. The King of Swords knows how it feels to be broke. He ain't trying to go back there. by any means necessary. He's not going to let that happen. So I feel like through your actions consistently and just diligently taking care of yourself and making sure that your energy is always right and applying pressure to whatever it is that you want to do, you create a very bountiful legacy for, you know, your offspring, for your descendants. It all starts with you. And you have plenty of opportunities to do that this month. I'm telling you, it's big shifts. Like, energetically, this month is crazy. In your social circles, you're just that one. You know, you're just the sun. You inspire people to do better, to level up, to shine their own light, to get focused on the things that they want to grow, and just be dogged in their energy. You inspire that. Look at that bull, a stubborn bull, that strong bull focused on that beautiful flower, focused on growth. You get your friends to be in that energy too. And their network, well, their net worth increases by being in your network. Network. Their net worth increases by being in your network. God, I can't talk. But yeah, it's just like, and you're this light, and it's not like you keep it to yourself. You shine it, but not in a boastful way. Even though this card is affiliated with Leo, I don't see it in like a boastful way. I see it in that Leo love, like that intense, passionate love type way. Like, you don't mind sharing the spotlight with friends. You don't mind, you know, reaching out a hand and helping them along the way. You don't mind. You don't mind sharing with them how you got wherever it is that you are going in November. You're like, okay, if I can take some buddies with me and, you know, we can get this money together, even better. It feels good to get the coin by yourself and, you know, make things happen by yourself, but it feels real good when you can take the team with you. You can't always take everybody with you, but I do feel like in November you get to like reach back and be like, hey, help me with this. And maybe be able to break somebody off with some change if they can assist you. Or just being like a mentor of sorts, like being the light that somebody looks at and they be like, well, you know, if Pisces can do it, I can do it. Not in a competitive type way though, but in a way like, I see where he or she came from. I remember when they weren't the king. I remember when they were still fighting as a knight, you know, or when shit first hit the fan for them when they were a page. And now, you know, they're the king. They've mastered this physical realm. I remember that. And they feel inspired by it. So I feel like your social circle is really, it's motivational. I'm feeling good energy about your social life in November. And finally, in the Pisces house, last but definitely not least, this is like a blessing as you move into a new cycle. As you close out one cycle, it's like you have a blessing, you have a boost of energy, a, a boost of passion, a boost of support, a clear direction, a clear sense of direction of where you're going to focus your energy as you move into your next cycle. And fulfillment is yours to have, definitely yours. Like, as you step into a new year, as you step into 2019, things are going to look a lot different for you. I see luxury here. Look at her nice little hot red nails painted. She cute or whatever. Nice little gold bracelet. All gold everything. Okay. I see you shining. I see you shining, Pisces. Visiting beautiful places, being in beautiful surroundings, having this sense of passion and confidence that just propels you forward into anything that you try. It's like you don't ease into the door, you kick that bitch down. You kick it down. And you are spiritually supported in everything. It's like you come on the scene with electricity. And this Ace of Staffs to me feels like an overnight success, but we both know this didn't happen overnight. Otherwise, you wouldn't have that King of Swords up here in that position of self-worth. The King of Swords, he's fought many battles, learned the best way to fight. Very skilled fighter because he fights with this mentality. A strong mind, you have that. And it's like you push through the door. Let me in now. Wherever you're going in the next cycle of your life, as Jupiter moves into Sagittarius and that hits whatever house is hitting for you, go find one of these astrologers to tell you. Because I haven't looked at a zodiac wheel, so I don't want to just be saying stuff. But you have very powerful energy. Just like a boost from spirit. It's like divinity is your middle name. You're attracting big things, big changes, beautifully. A lot of good energy here. It's just get to it type energy. You can make things happen. This is the perfect time for you. Perfect timing. It's all yours for the taking. So I appreciate you watching this reading, Pisces. If you enjoyed it, hit the like, subscribe if you want to keep up with when I go live. I'm not doing the readings that I record and then publish them anymore because it was taking entirely too much time. And that's part of the reason why when I first started on YouTube, it was so draining because it would take me a good 45 minutes to an hour to upload a video. So while I'm over here, in the vortex, ready to spit off what, divinity is telling me, ready to channel, it's like I'm held up by technology. And I was like, you know what, bump it, let me just stream it. And I have a Chromebook, so it wasn't as easy as like attaching my webcam and streaming like it would be from another laptop. I had to do some Googling and finagle some setup that I could use to stream. So, where there's a will, there's a way. I got to it. But I thank y'all for watching. Again, check out my description box if you want to contact me. If you have an offering of love that you want to send the kid, I will gladly accept it. And I thank you and appreciate you so much. Also, I have information on getting a private reading if you want to go further in depth on any of this energy available to you in November 2018. Pisces, I love you, love you, love you. Be out.